The Detroit Lions 2025 season has kicked off almost exactly where it left off in 2024. And that is with the case of the injury bugs. Not good for the first 3 days, man. This Lions defense could be in trouble, which is not what we were hoping for, man. This was a defense that was coming back that was supposed to be as good, if not better than last season. The return of Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, who's already been a bright spot this season. But the injuries, they're killing us already. So I want to recap some injuries real quick, and then another big one from today. Not major. I mean, it's just big in the sense that the room's starting to get thin already when you have a few guys down. All right, so right away yesterday, the Lions lost Roy Lopez. He got stepped on during practice. There was a cleat that got twisted on top of his foot, and that was the report by Dan Campbell this morning. So there's really no cause for concern other than at most it really sounds like a superficial laceration, according to Jimmy Lau. Excuse me there. Let me just bring it in here so you guys can see what I'm looking at. The other major concern was we're already without guys, right? Mekhi Wingo, he's on PUP potentially through November, probably September, as Dan Campbell said today. Khalil Dorsey, he's on PUP. Malcolm Rodriguez is on PUP. I mean, all these guys played roles last season. According to Dan Campbell, he was hoping that, late into camp or if his speed is there, that hopefully Dorsey can get back. Now, the timeline tracks according to the expectations in what Jimmy Lau wrote in here. It means that he's on schedule. For roster management reasons, the Lions could decide to keep him on PUP into the season if other cornerbacks stay healthy, which there's always that opportunity. I'd rather see guys get more time than less. But then there's Malcolm, right? We never thought that a 5th-round linebacker was going to turn out to be so good. And he's been everything that we needed more. But Malcolm is on PUP, and according to Dan Campbell, quote, I think he's another October guy. So, I mean, that's really great news. Going into the second quarter of the season, you're going to sprinkle in a few guys. And then entering the third quarter of the season, you're going to sprinkle in a couple of guys. That's great. But it's only great if you're winning football games between now and then. So a fairly typical 11-month ACL return for Malcolm Rodriguez would have him back at the end of October. Now, since the Lions have a bye week that week, the next game would be November 2. If he's able to return in early October, that would be a small but appreciated win. I couldn't agree more. Now we get into the Alex Anzalone thing. Look, he's saying he has a hammy. Look, the only hammy I see going on is moons over my hammy at Denny's right now because there is no hammy going on. I'm sorry. This is a contract issue. He's holding out, holding in. But again, he's not in camp, right? I mean, he's not working out. I mean, he's there, he's hanging out, but he's not in camp. So having Alex out, that's another big loss. It's another big loss. Brodric Martin was the one from today. So, yes, we added another defensive tackle to the injury list. And this is a guy that, just like Jimmy says, man, it's make or break for Brodric this year. It's make or break third season for Brodric Martin, who needs to avoid any more injuries during the preseason. Now, he had a knee hyperextension last year, which ended his campaign really for 2024. He got in a few games, or a few snaps at the end of the season, but he really didn't do much. So Brodric Martin gets injured in practice today, and the severity of it is unknown, but it is a foot injury, and that's just not good. It could be another, I got stepped on kind of deal, and then that would be great. It's just a couple of bruised bones, from the cleat, maybe a cut or two and a bruised ego, but outside of that, it shouldn't be anything crazy. So just kind of going through the injuries, man, you're looking at this defense. Ali McNeil, you know, he's out too until October, November. It's just another guy, you know, that we need, and we need him back on this defense to allow this defense to do what they do well, which is shut down the run and then get after the pass. My one major concern right now, which I'm going to highlight in the next video that's dropping here in a moment, is about Aiden Hutchinson and him coming back from his significant injury. It's time for him to fly, but the question is, how long is it going to take? How long is it going to take for Aiden to feel like the Aiden of old, right? We don't know. We haven't heard much. Matter of fact, we haven't heard anything about Aiden so far in the first few days of camp, and that's actually a lot concerning. But anyway, that's it. Just a small update. Lions defense, man, they are in trouble, and they're getting in more trouble as the days wane on through camp. It's got to stop. These guys have to stay healthy. No more injuries, man. Like, this is just it's like Groundhog's Day. I'm waking up all over again. It's the same day and it ends the same way with another injury. And it's got to stop. We got to win the Super Bowl this year, man. We have to. It is a must. All right. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Too many injuries, man. Just too many.
Yeah. 1 2 1 2.
Oh, the podcast.
Shout out to Rockhound Detroit Lions, man.
There
My
you go.
pride.